It's Tuesday, the 26th of October. My name is Juan Brown. You're watching the Blanco Lirio channel, and today in Incheon, Korea, we're bringing you, again, yesterday's news tomorrow, where it's still Monday, the 25th of October, back home. Before I go cover the whole flight and some international procedures of what it took to get over here to Incheon from Los Angeles, I want to first cover the storm of the century that hit Northern California that we were able to fly over the top of in the Boeing 777 yesterday. We departed LA at about 9 a.m. and got up to about 36,000 feet. This is the 777-200. About 36,000 feet right over the top of the big storm pummeling Northern California. We picked up about 110 to 120 knots of crosswind out of the west and picked up a little bit of turbulence. Spilling the captain's coffee a little bit there in the cabin of the 777, but that was back off to the side. It's in one of those holders, so it captures the mud as it slips out of there, but no harm, no foul there. So this storm, I wished I was back there in California to see this, witness this. It's the biggest storm they've had since the 1860s in California, and re-emphasizes the need for flood control and why we have the Oroville Reservoir and our entire reservoir and levee system in California to prevent flooding from events like this that did occur back in 1860 in Sacramento. Darn near wiped out the whole town. In Sacramento, they got over 5 inches of rain in the storm period, and last year, the total rainfall in Sacramento was only 7 inches. So they received almost all of last year's rainfall total from this one storm or series of storms over the weekend. Up in the foothills, up at the Blanco Lirio Global Headquarters, I couldn't get Pete to straighten out the rain gauge as it fills up at 5 inches. But I think we received well over a foot of rain, with rainfall amounts rates exceeding 1 inch per hour in rainfall. So this rose the Oroville Reservoir, I'll show you in some data here, upwards of over 20 feet already. So hopefully we'll soon be able to reopen the Hyatt power plant, but we're still a long ways down from even getting close to the spillway gates at Oroville for the main spillway. Meanwhile, at Oroville, the water level has risen 24 feet since this storm has come through, up to 652 feet, up from 628 feet. Here shown in blue is the current data. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. And there's the rise in data. But as you can see, we've got a long way to go. At 652 feet, we'll just barely be able to reopen the Hyatt power plant. And we're still quite a few feet, many feet below the spillway for the main spillway gates at Oroville. So it's going to take a lot to refill this reservoir. Remember, the top is at 900 feet, and they want to flood control it during the flood season, down around here somewhere, that would be 850 feet or so, and then bring it on up and top it off at the end of the season. But it's going to take a lot more rain to recover from the drought situation and the last couple of years of borrowing water from all the way back 2018, 2019 water years to refill Oroville Reservoir. Here's a view of that Rockslide from KCRA 3 in Sacramento on Highway 70 on the North Fork of the Feather River near Tobin, California. Cool drone shot here. Let's roll this. See, you can see it's slab granite, and one of the sections of slab granite gave away. So it's not so much a mudslide as it is a rock slide, and with some dynamite and bulldozers, they'll be able to get this cleared up. Clean up on aisle 70 and get Highway 70 reopened again. And this is not too uncommon there in the Highway 70 Feather River Canyon. So we're talking right about north of Oroville. Here comes Highway 70 up out of the Jarbo Gap, and here's Tobin, California, right up in here. And then Highway 70 goes up and over to the Y at Highway 89 and on into Quincy and on over to Chester. Again, right near the source of the beginning of the Dixie Fire, which is also the beginning of the Paradise Fire back in 2017, the Jarbo Gap area on the North Fork Feather River Canyon. And a view with the train layers turned on and the satellite layers. right up in here. Now let's move further down south back towards Nevada City, California, on the Yuba River here at the Highway 49 crossing right here. Some great pictures that my friend Mark Dyer took. I wished I was there. The old Highway 49 bridge showing the water level at the South Fork Yuba River during the storm. In years past, we've seen this water level during flooding conditions as tall as the bottom of the rainbow arch of this bridge. But still an impressive amount of water moving through the Yuba River after so many months of no rain at all. Thanks, Mark Dyer, for getting these pictures. Quite a few trees down in the area, right around the Blanco Lirio headquarters. I pulled the generator out for Jenny before I left, and sure enough, trees down in the area has knocked out the power. So we're a long way from ending the drought situation in Northern California. We're going to need a real solid rain year or 2 rain years to recover from the drought that we've had the last couple of years. But what this reemphasizes is the need for continued infrastructure improvement on our reservoirs. And for example, they're already doing this at Bullard's Bar, and they're going to consider doing this at Oroville Reservoir. Just like in an aircraft, you got to be able to have multiple ways out or multiple engines in an airplane to handle different emergencies. And what they want to do with the reservoirs in California is they want to be able to have better control of the water level at the reservoir by creating a secondary spillway system. For example, over at Bullard's Bar, they're drilling a tunnel that's going to allow a secondary spillway system that is lower than the main spillway at Bullard's Bar, so that they can let more water out of the reservoir sooner in anticipation of these giant storms like this, what do they call it, atmospheric river or bomb cyclone or whatever, but heavy rainfall coming in advance because of advances in weather forecasting technology. By the way, they're also sending out Hurricane Hunter type aircraft out to investigate these storms before they come into California to get an idea of just how big and heavy they're going to be, and then they can quickly adjust reservoir levels in advance of these storms. But right now, these reservoirs are down so low, they'll just take all the water they can get and go ahead and fill them up. So no problem for Oroville Reservoir or the other reservoirs yet in Northern California. We just need a lot more rain. Thanks so much for your support of this channel. I'll do a complete report on the flight over here to Incheon. Hang on to your hats for your international training coming up next. See you here.